From quaint fishing villages to bustling cities and ancient towns. Being the most conquered island in the world, Sicily is truly one of the most fascinating and diverse places you'll find on planet Earth. After visiting almost every corner of the gorgeous island and creating a complete series of 30 episodes, here are our top 10 places to visit in Sicily. Subscribe to travel with us through all 20 regions of Italy.
Kicking off our list is none other than the capital city itself, Palermo. If we had to describe Palermo in one word, it would be vibrant. It's no mystery why it is known as Italy's capital of culture. At first glance, the city may seem a little rough around the edges, but as you wander through its energetic streets, the more the city reveals itself. Being the most conquered city in the world, Palermo is a cultural melting pot, steeped in history, art, culture, music, and gastronomy, all playing an important role throughout much of its existence.
I'm really nervous about this.
What a weird tech show.
With an incredible amount of things to see, do, and eat, odds are you will always be stumbling across something new on its lively streets. Be it its stunning cathedral.
We are currently on the roof of the cathedral, and this view is unreal. You have a 360-degree view of Palermo. You see the water, you see the whole square and piazza from the top, and you get an up-close look at all of the towers and columns of the cathedral. It is absolutely breathtaking.
World-famous theater.
So one of the scenes in Godfather 3 was filmed right there in the royal box.
Street food markets, or the port. Palermo truly has it all. With train access to the majority of the island, Palermo is the perfect starting point for your trip around Sicily. Number 2, Cefalu. Located 1 hour from Palermo, Cefalu is famous for being one of the most beautiful coastal villages in Italy and one of the most popular holiday destinations in Sicily. A quaint fishing town sitting at the foot of a towering rock, Cefalu has a lot to offer, including gorgeous sandy beaches, winding medieval cobbled streets sprawling with shops, restaurants, monuments, and museums. The Old Town streets are dominated by its Norman cathedral. Built by the Normans in the 12th century, the cathedral houses some of the oldest and best preserved Byzantine mosaics in Sicily. And in 2015, it was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Along with the beautiful beachfront, be sure to visit its ancient medieval wash house and the Mandriliska Museum, where you can visit a painting known as the second most famous smile in the world after the Mona Lisa. Number 3, Taormina. The exquisite hilltop town of Taormina sits on the east coast of Sicily near Mount Etna. With its irresistible charm and fairy tale feel, it's no wonder why it is one of the most visited cities by travelers and celebrities alike. Dotted with beautifully restored medieval buildings, breathtaking views, and a weaving network of winding streets filled with shops, bars, and restaurants. Taormina's showstopper is its ancient Greco-Roman theater. Well preserved and carefully renovated, the theater was built in a jaw-dropping location, on the edge of a hill with views overlooking the town, surrounding coastline, and Mount Etna.
And it's crazy to think how old this place is. Like, people way back in the day used to sit here and just watch performances or watch gladiator fights, and now they're straight up stickers for people in today's day and age in 2021 to see a film festival. It's a little bizarre.
Stroll through the gardens in the gorgeous park of Villa Comunale. Indulge in some of the tastiest granitas in Sicily at Bambar, or ride the cable car down to the beach and wade through the water to reach the little island and nature reserve of Isola Bella. It's safe to say Taormina has truly earned its centuries-old reputation for beauty. Number 4, the Aeolian Islands. Just off the northern coast and resting along the horizon lies the Aeolian Islands. an archipelago of 7 islands resulting from over 260,000 years of volcanic activity. Accessible by ferry from multiple ports, these lesser visited islands offer an incredible experience that is truly unlike the mainland. With each island boasting its own vibe and charm, a short ride from one to another transports you between strikingly different settings.
And you can feel the eerie feeling as you get off this boat. It's kind of Jurassic Parky, plus it's a live volcano.
We're not exactly sure if we're on the right path. It's very narrow, but this is nuts.
Ride a Vespa through the scenic island streets where you'll find unparalleled views at every turn.
So I kind of feel like a kid at Disneyland. Vespa, volcano, gorgeous views. I'm literally on cloud 9. This is exactly my kind of day.
Or jump in a boat as it takes you on a relaxing tour through the island's glistening turquoise waters. Don't miss the chance to visit one of the picturesque vineyards and eateries where you can sample the local delicious Malvasia sweet wine and stumble across some of the most stunning viewpoints in Italy. Number 5, Catania. The second largest city in Sicily is much more than a base for the legendary volcano that shadows it. Over the course of its history, the city has been completely destroyed 7 times due to massive volcanic eruptions.
And it's so crazy because no matter where you are in Catania, it seems like there is this black lava ash just everywhere you walk. You could just be on the street, up in this courtyard.
The city is sprawling with universities, churches, and monasteries, and is also home to the largest church in Sicily and the incredible Castello Orsino. With its distinct character, bustling streets, delicious food, vibrant parks, shopping, and nightlife, Catania offers something for everyone. You can spend the morning getting caught up in the frenzy of the fish market, admire the gorgeous cathedral, and then indulge in Catania's famous dish of pasta alla norma under the colorful and iconic umbrellas. You can also jump on the red bus and venture a little outside the city to visit the majestic lava coastline and special towns of Aci Castello and Aci Trezza. Or of course, visit the legendary Mount Etna.
This is what I feel like walking on the moon or Mars would be like. It's nuts. I love it. It's so bizarre.
Number 6, Ortigia. Back to sea level and on the eastern coast lies the Baroque island of Ortigia. Ortigia is the historic center of Syracuse and is widely considered one of the most beautiful destinations in Sicily. Having been one of Greece's most important cities after its founding over 2,500 years ago, Ortigia was completely destroyed by a massive earthquake in 1693. It flourished again soon after, resulting in the special charm that the city holds to this day. It may seem small, but it packs a punch, with beautiful buildings and plenty to see, do, eat, and drink. Remnants of the ancient Greek city are scattered throughout the island and Syracuse, including the Neapolis Archaeological Park and Museum, which contains some of the most well-preserved Greek and Roman remains dating back as far as the 8th century BC, including the Ear of Dionysus, a massive Roman amphitheater, and the largest Greek theater in Italy. You will also feel the presence of Sicily's puppets, as you can visit the Puppet Museum, watch a full show at the Puppet Theater, or try your hand at creating your own in the Puppet Laboratory. Ask anyone who visits and they will tell you how easy it is to get swept up in Ortigia's enchanting little streets and historical landmarks. And for those of you who followed our Sicily series, Ortigia is also the birthplace of our €5 umbrella.
The trusty €5 umbrella. Look at that, hands-free kits included.
Next, we're venturing into the mountainous heart of Sicily. Shrouded in mist and lush rolling hills lies the gorgeous city of Enna.
This is honestly so cool.
Come on.
Known for its breathtaking views of the surrounding countryside and home to one of the largest medieval castles in Italy. It is unlike its coastal counterparts and will enchant you thanks to the beauty of the nature that surrounds it. And it has even earned the nicknames Belvedere and Ombelico di Sicilia, which literally translates to the navel of Sicily. While on a trip through the center, be sure to make a stop at Villa Romana del Casale in Piazza Armerina and explore a 4th century AD Roman villa that houses some of the most incredible and compelling series of Roman mosaics anywhere in Europe. Buried in a landslide in the 12th century, the villa was forgotten until the discovery of a few mosaic fragments in 1929. Covered and protected for over 700 years, its discovery and excavation in the 1950s remains among the most important archaeological finds in Europe.
The tiny little mosaics just placed next to each other and just sprawled across the entire villa. It's just like, it's a pretty mind-blowing.
While on the subject of vistas and magical Sicilian cities, next up, we're off to Erice. Perched atop a mountain that overlooks the port city of Trapani, Erice is a small medieval town famous for its maze of cobbled streets, numerous churches, and for having one of the most beautiful viewpoints in Sicily. Once known as the city with 100 churches, Erice is the perfect little town to spend a day exploring. Stroll through its peaceful narrow streets and take in its magical atmosphere before heading to the historic Castle of Venus and admiring its impressive towers and gardens. Ride the cable car from Trapani up to Erice to experience a relaxing trip up the mountain with a sweeping view of the port, city, and coast.
They say on a clear day you can see Tunisia from here, so you can see Africa, which is only 180 k's away.
And don't forget to stop in at Pasticceria Maria Grammatico and pick up some delicious Sicilian treats. Hopping to the other side of the island, you'll find yourself in Modica. Not only famous for being one of the Baroque cities of the Val di Noto, but also for its history of chocolate making.
It's so thick.
Whoa, that's crazy. I didn't know chocolate could get this bitter.
A stroll through the town's two distinctive parts, Modica Alta and Modica Bassa, rewards every visitor with not only its quaint Sicilian charm, but the opportunity to experience what we consider to be one of the most exquisite cathedrals in Sicily. Known for its impressive staircase of over 250 steps, it overlooks the entire city and surrounding valleys. Having learned how to craft chocolate with a recipe inspired by the Aztecs, and using cacao that reached Modica as a result of the Spanish Inquisition, there are numerous varieties and flavors as the chocolate is manually ground and crafted at a lower temperature, giving the Modican chocolate a unique, grainy texture. Don't leave before trying the traditional Modican hot chocolate and the impenitigi, a Modican biscuit made up of
Honey, almond, chocolate, and mince, like ground beef.
Number 10. The Valley of the Temples in Agrigento. Founded as a Greek colony around the 5th century BC, Agrigento, formerly known as Akragas, was one of the leading cities in the Mediterranean world and the third largest Greek city after Athens and Syracuse. What was once a thriving, highly populated metropolis is now a vast archaeological site with 8 well-preserved Greek temples and various ruins.
On the side of me are the south walls of the city, and these are some of the oldest in Sicily. As well as being 12 kilometers long, they were built in this position facing the ocean, as the slope of this hill was the easiest to kind of climb up, and so it was the one that needed the most defense.
The Valley of the Temples is one of Sicily's most famous historical attractions and part of Magna Graecia, which is the name given by the Romans to the coastal areas of southern Italy that were extensively populated by Greek settlers. Arriving on the shores of Sicily and witnessing the towering temples dominating the valley must have been a truly magnificent sight. A stroll through the Valley of the Temples almost transports you back in time and leaves you imagining what such a great city would have been like 2,500 years ago.
It's insane to see how massive each one of these pieces is. These things were so big, it's like almost hard to comprehend how they built things this large. Oh my God. This is just one chunk.
To watch our complete Sicily series, the playlist link is in the description below. Subscribe to travel with us through all 20 regions of Italy.